Travis Wayne Goodsell. So, all Mormons and ex-Mormons and other people of other churches know that the founder of the Mormon Church, which Joseph Smith called the Church of Christ, which is why I don't say the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He didn't found the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He founded the Church of Christ. April 6th, 1830. Joseph Smith, founder. So today is Shavuot. It's a Jewish holiday. That's where holiday comes from, is holy days. In case you didn't catch on, the phonetics may have thrown you off. And this is the date when Moses went up to the mountain of Sinai, which in Paleo-Hebrew is the kingdom of Osiris, the S being the Samek, as it's called in Semitic Hebrew, after the Jews were taken captive into Babylon and assimilated, like the board. And then the N is the Dej pillar of Osiris, the S. Not the water symbol S. And then the throne symbol, or not the throne symbol, that's the N, Nun, for the crown, king wearing a crown. So if it's a place you're talking about, it's kingdom, person, it's crown, or king. Too early in the morning. So Samson, Solomon, they end with the N. So the sun king, Samson, Shemesh, Solomon, king of peace, who was the Prince of Peace before becoming the King of Peace. Oh wait, that's supposed to be Jesus. Oh wait, Matthew says that Jesus is supposed to have been a descendant, the seed from King David, and yet it's Joseph, who's not even the baby daddy. Huh, that's weird. What happened there? And so the Book of Mormon, that's the scripture of Mormonism. And it says right in the beginning, the learning of the Jews. So yes, all Mormons should be studying all about every single holy day of the Jews. Now, Seminary and Institute, yes, they teach us certain holidays of the Jews. The key ones, Passover, Tabernacles. I don't think I've ever heard the church talk about Shavuot. That's going on right now. That started last night at 6 p.m. But there's the Tree of Life that's talked about. And I have not heard a single Mormon apologist attach the Tree of Life with the learning of the Jews. We have Google search now. Everybody knows how to do this. Right? You know how to Google search. I'm sure you're better at it than me. Maybe not. My audience is the elderly. The leaders of the church are stalking me. They have convinced the youth of the church, the younger generations below me, to cancel culture me. That's another video. But Jewish, Tree of Life. And boom, the first thing that pops up is Sephirot, Tree of Life. Sunny, Geneseo. Go to Wikipedia. Tree of Life. Kabbalah, doesn't matter with the phonetics. Phonetics does not determine the ancient definitions. It is the letters that are used, like I just demonstrated for you. And so why then are we not taught Jewish mysticism? Huh. You mean the Cornerstone, which Mormons rejected, has become Jesus? Chief cornerstone of the cornerstone? Oh my God, why can't he translate? Why can't he interpret correctly the scriptures? Why? My kingdom for a true prophet of God like Joseph. And so yes, Joseph Smith founded the Church of Christ after the learning of the Jews. And so we know this because of his use in putting the picture scene from the Joseph's papyra, the Abraham papyra, Joseph papyra, the Egyptian documents, Book of Abraham, the facsimile number 3 in the upper right hand segment of the circle, the hypocephalus for singular. That's Amen. Who's the Christ of Joseph Smith? His name is Amen, son Amen. There he is. That's Amen, the Egyptian deity. Oh, the language of the Egyptians. That's strange. How did Joseph know? And there are the 2 eyes there up above his sun symbol, which is the word for Peter, P-T-R, not Peter in phonetics, which is seer. There's a Joseph Smith translation that is not emphasized because it was rejected by a certain person who was working on the reboot of the scripture footnotes in the 2000s. The church didn't want people to know that Joseph is a translator. Heaven forbid, because the church denounces Joseph as a translator. Did you know that? I knew that. I was shocked. I came to find out the hard way. The church didn't like me, ordered and paid for my assassination. Because I'm a translator. How did I get that gift that only the president of the church is supposed to have and can't do worth a lick? Dear God. Israel? Let God prevail? Oh my God! Oh my God! It's right there in the text! It's Yah, Prince of God. How hard is that? How hard is that? Oh my God! I know all about the gathering! Oh my God! What more fruit of spoiled rottenness do you need to know he's a false prophet? But yeah, Joseph Smith restored the priesthood keys, restored the temple rituals that were destroyed and needs to be set in order by the one mighty and strong. Oh, but W.W. Phelps repented and came back to the great and abominable church. And so yes, the correct translation, Cornerstone becomes Capstone, the restoration of the church. And so what if I were to tell you that it's not Jesus? Again, learning of the Jews. So the scripture chain, Joseph Smith History, chapter 1, verse 40. I was supposed to check on these. I did them from memory last night before I went to bed. Didn't check the actual scriptures. And then that leads you to Acts chapter 3, verse 22 to 23, which means that it's utter destruction is what we're supposed to learn from that. But it refers to Moses' prophecy in Deuteronomy 18, verse 15, about the man like Moses in the latter days. Jeremiah refers to him in chapter 23, starting in verse 5, referring to him as the son of David. And then you go to Doctrine and Covenants, section 103, verse 15 through 20-ish. 16 is is the specific one where he's the man like Moses and he's Mormon. So Joseph Smith is clearly using the Bible prophecies for Mormonism. And so then there's the passage in Moses, I believe it's chapter 1, verse 41. And then 2nd Nephi, chapter 3. Oh, here we have Joseph of Egypt giving additional scripture that Lehi is telling his son Joseph, whom he named after, and talks about a future Joseph, son of Joseph, who's going to be the founder Christ of Mormonism. They use seer instead of prophet that Moses used in the Bible. And then talks about the man like Moses, and then talks about Moses as well. All three people talked about in that passage. And then you go to Doctrine and Covenants 85, verse 7. That's the one mighty and strong to set in order the temple. And then finish it off with the one I need to make sure is the correct one. That's the seed of Messiah. You can't have a seed of Messiah if there's no seed implanted in his mother. Mothers don't have seed, only men have seed. Mortal men. And so it's the only thing to find when you type in seed, Messiah. That's not. What's going on? Oh, it's 753, not 51. So yeah, check the verses, but the chapters are right. Blessed is he. I know. Darth Vader was the result of Immaculate Conception. And I know King Arthur, also Immaculate Conception, unless you watch the movie Avalon, which Pendragon family line is the one who gave birth to King Arthur. But nonetheless, I saw Stargate SG-1 where Vala gets immaculately conceived, and she's saying, have you guys ever heard of anything like this happening? They don't even bring up Jesus. And it wasn't brought up that Mary was a temple prostitute under the Roman period time. But that's blasphemy! No! No! But yeah, he through whose seed Messiah shall come, the learning of the Jews. So this is the founding. There's an accompanying sign in heaven.